If you've ever trusted someone you barely knew and felt your stomach drop the moment you realized something was wrong, then stay with me, because what happened on this blind date didn't just change one night, it changed several lives. And before we begin, if stories that uncover hidden truths, unexpected kindness, and second chances move your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because stories like this deserve to be shared. The restaurant was warm, softly lit, the kind of place people chose when they wanted to impress someone without trying too hard. Daniel sat at a small table near the window, fingers tapping lightly against his coffee cup, eyes drifting to the door every few seconds. He hated blind dates, hated the forced smiles, the awkward questions, the quiet panic of pretending to be someone more interesting than he felt. But his sister had insisted this time was different. "Trust me," she'd said. "She's perfect for you." Daniel had trusted her. He always did. When Emily walked in, he recognized her instantly from the photo his sister had sent. She was elegant in a simple way, wearing a pale blue dress and a polite smile that looked practiced. She hugged him like they already knew each other, sat down confidently, and began talking almost immediately. About her job, her travels, the places she wanted to see next. Daniel listened, nodded, smiled when he was supposed to. Something about her felt slightly off, not wrong, exactly, just rehearsed, like a speech she'd delivered before. The waitress approached their table quietly. She couldn't have been more than 23, her hair tied back, eyes observant in a way that made Daniel briefly uncomfortable, like she could see through people. She took their order, her voice gentle, professional. When she looked at Emily, there was the briefest pause, a flicker of recognition that disappeared almost instantly. Daniel didn't notice it at the time. He was too busy wondering why Emily hadn't asked him a single question yet. The conversation rolled on, smooth on the surface, hollow underneath. Emily laughed at the right moments, praised the restaurant as if she'd been there many times before, corrected Daniel once or twice when he spoke about his own job, as if she knew better. He told himself he was overthinking it. Maybe this was just nerves. Maybe first dates were always like this. The waitress returned with their drinks, placing Daniel's coffee down carefully. As she set Emily's glass on the table, her hand trembled slightly. Emily didn't notice. She was too busy checking her phone, angling the screen away. The waitress glanced at Daniel again, hesitation written all over her face, like she was standing on the edge of a decision that scared her. As she walked away, Daniel noticed something slip from her hand onto the table beside his plate. A folded napkin. Emily was mid-sentence, talking about a charity event she claimed to organize. Daniel waited until she looked away before unfolding it slightly under the table. "She's not who you think she is." The words were written quickly, unevenly, like they'd been scribbled in a rush. Daniel's heart skipped. He looked up instinctively, but the waitress was already moving between tables, her back straight, her pace controlled. For a moment, he wondered if it was a joke, a mistake, something meant for someone else. But the timing was too perfect. The message too deliberate. Emily noticed his sudden silence. "Everything okay?" she asked, smiling sweetly. Daniel forced a nod. "Yeah, just thinking." The rest of the date unfolded under a heavy shadow. Every word Emily spoke now sounded different, every smile sharper, every compliment slightly hollow. Daniel began to notice things he hadn't before, the way she avoided specifics, the way her stories shifted subtly when he asked follow-up questions, the way she seemed more interested in being seen than truly known. When the waitress returned again, refilling water glasses, she met Daniel's eyes for half a second. There was fear there, and urgency. Daniel excused himself to the restroom, napkin folded tightly in his hand. He stared at his reflection, pulse racing. Was he really about to judge someone based on a note from a stranger? And yet, something deep in his chest told him this wasn't random. It was a warning. When he returned, Emily was on the phone, whispering sharply before hanging up and smiling again like nothing had happened. "Sorry about that," she said. "Work thing." Daniel nodded, but he'd already decided to listen more than speak. And the more he listened, the more the cracks showed. Contradictions. Half-truths. Carefully crafted stories that didn't quite line up. At the end of the meal, as Daniel reached for the check, Emily stopped him. "I'll get it," she said quickly. "I prefer to pay." The waitress brought the bill, placing it gently in front of Daniel instead. As she did, she leaned in just enough to whisper, "Please be careful," before walking away. That was it. The final confirmation that he wasn't imagining things. Outside, the night air felt colder. Emily suggested another drink somewhere else, her tone expectant. Daniel hesitated. "Actually," he said slowly, "I think I'm going to head home." Her smile stiffened. "Already?" "Yeah. Long day." She watched him closely, eyes narrowing just a little. "All right," she said finally. "We'll